Ever wondered why bicycles can't stand on their own? It's because they're too tired. Puns aside, let's delve into the strange world of cycling, an activity that's as popular as it is perplexing. Picture this. You wake up early on a Saturday morning, willingly don your most unflattering spandex and hop onto a contraption that's essentially a few metal tubes and two wheels. You then proceed to pedal around for hours, getting up close and personal with every hill, pothole, and headwind your local area has to offer. And the kicker, you're doing this for fun. Now don't get me wrong, there's a certain charm in the simplicity of cycling, but isn't it deliciously ironic that in an age of technological marvels and comfy sofas, we choose to sweat it out on a bike? It's like choosing to take the stairs when there's a perfectly good escalator right next to you. So if you're into self-inflicted discomfort and getting overtaken by senior citizens on electric scooters, cycling might just be for you. Now, you might be thinking, but cycling is healthy, right? Well, so is eating broccoli, but you don't see people strapping a head of broccoli to their feet and parading around town. Let's start with cardiovascular health. We all know the heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs a good workout. Cycling is like a gym membership for your heart, minus the overly enthusiastic personal trainers and suspiciously sweaty gym equipment. It gets your heart pumping faster than when you realize you left your phone at home. The result? Lower risk of heart disease. Who knew that something as simple as pedaling could be a lifesaver, right? Then there's the whole muscle building aspect. Cycling is like a secret weapon for leg day, targeting your hamstrings, quads, calves, and even your glutes. But let's be honest, the reality of cycling can be more saddle sore than swole core. Because we all know, bicycle seats were not designed for comfort. They were designed by someone with a deep-seated, pun intended, grudge against human posteriors. And let's not forget about mental wellness. Nothing clears the mind quite like a good cycle, especially when you're zipping down a hill at breakneck speed with nothing but a thin layer of lycra between you and the harsh reality of asphalt. It's like meditation, but with a side of adrenaline and a sprinkling of mortal peril. Of course, there's also the downside of road cycling, like playing a real-life game of Frogger, except the cars are bigger, faster, and driven by people whose eyes are glued to their phones rather than the road. But hey, who doesn't love a bit of thrill in their life, right? In conclusion, the health benefits of cycling are undeniable. Just like the undeniable fact that you will, at some point, be drenched in sweat, huffing like a steam engine, and questioning your life choices. Ever seen a cyclist in full gear and thought, wow, that looks comfortable? Yeah, me neither. Let's dive into the wild world of cycling gear, shall we? First up, the helmet. The helmet. A hard shell of protection that turns any casual cyclist into a bobblehead impersonator. It's not just about safety, folks, it's about fashion. And by fashion, I mean the unique hairstyle you'll sport after a long ride. Helmet hair, the style that screams, I just biked 20 miles and all I got was this lousy hairdo. But the fun doesn't stop at the helmet. No. Next, we have the padded shorts. Now, if you've ever thought, I wish my behind could feel like it's sitting on a cloud while also looking like a diaper-clad toddler, then these are the shorts for you. They're a fashion disaster, sure, but your posterior will thank you after a day on the saddle. Now let's talk about clip-in shoes, the perfect accessory for those who've always dreamed of combining the discomfort of a cycling shoe with the danger of being permanently attached to their bike. What could possibly go wrong? And of course, we can't forget the high-visibility jackets. They're bright, they're bold, and they'll make you visible from space. If you've ever wanted to look like a neon-highlighted rolling traffic cone, then, boy, do we have the fashion statement for you. Let's not forget the gloves, the eye protection, the knee pads. Each piece of gear another badge of honor in the cycling world, another testament to the lengths we go to for our love of two wheels. So, if your idea of a good time includes dressing like a neon-highlighted, spandex-clad superhero with helmet hair, then cycling gear is just the thing for you. If not, well, there's always running. But let's be honest, where's the fun in that? Cyclists, they're like a secret society, aren't they? With their own lingo, rituals, and those oddly fascinating group rides where they all pedal in a line like a pack of spandex-clad ducks. Yes, the cycling world is a breed of its own, an intriguing mix of camaraderie and riveting competition where the struggle of uphill climbs binds strangers into a brotherhood. It's a universe where bonking isn't something naughty, but a term for running out of energy. And doing a froom doesn't mean impersonating a Lord of the Rings character, but staring at your stem while cycling. A peculiar habit of a certain Chris Froome. Ah, the group rides. A spectacle of synchronized pedaling that can rival the most intricate of ballets. It's like watching a flock of migratory birds, but with more sweat and less feathers. The unspoken rule here? Don't be that guy who disrupts the formation because he's trying to take a selfie for his Instagram followers. And let's not forget the cycling etiquette. It's a code as sacred as the Knights of the Round Table, minus the swords and chainmail. If you're the one leading the pack, you're the eyes for everyone behind. Spot a pothole, signal it passing a fellow cyclist. A friendly nod is customary. And if you're the one being passed, remember, this isn't the Tour de France. No need to launch into a full-blown sprint. Save that energy for the next uphill climb. Speaking of climbing, it's a shared struggle, a collective agony that somehow brings joy. It's like willingly signing up for a torture session, only to feel an odd sense of satisfaction once you reach the top. It's in these moments of shared pain where friendships are formed, stories are shared, and the essence of cycling culture is truly experienced. So if you're into early mornings, coffee stops, and having your backside on display for the world to see, then welcome to the club. You're a cyclist now. So why do we cycle? Is it the thrill of speed, the satisfaction of a good workout, or is it just a socially accepted form of public masochism? Well, folks, we've pedaled through the mysteries, savored the unseen perks, and even survived the good, the bad, and the downright ugly of cycling gear. All while navigating the eccentricities of cycling culture. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've probably chafed in places we didn't know could chafe. But despite the saddle sores and the occasional existential crisis mid-hill climb, there's something inexplicably joyous about cycling. There's a magic in the rhythm of the ride, the wind in your hair, the burning in your thighs. It's a love-hate relationship, yes, but one where love always seems to have the final say. So to cycle, or not to cycle? That really is the question, but remember, if you do decide to cycle, there's no turning back, literally, because you've probably forgotten how to unclip your shoes from the pedals.